Animals sometimes surprise us with incredible behaviors. Once, a stray cat walked into a store carrying a tree leaf in its mouth. When the shopkeeper discovered the reason behind this scene, he was truly moved. John, a kind and well-known shopkeeper in the area, had been working in his store for years, selling fresh, high-quality fish. One day, a small stray cat appeared near the store and sat for hours, watching people come in to buy fish and leave with their bags. It was a busy day for John, but he noticed the cat remained there, quiet and attentive. The next morning, the Mao cat returned. This time, it approached John with a leaf in its mouth. The shopkeeper smiled but didn't pay much attention to the feline. However, the cat didn't give up. It jumped onto the counter and placed the leaf right in front of John. At first confused, John soon realized what was happening. The cat had observed customers exchanging money for fish, and not understanding what money was, decided that a tree leaf would be a good form of payment. This gesture deeply touched John's heart. He cut a piece of fish and gave it to the cat, which quickly disappeared around the nearest corner. The next day, the cat returned, carrying another leaf in its mouth. Once again, John rewarded the feline with a piece of fish. From then on, the cat began visiting the store every day, always with a leaf in its mouth. John never refused to give it a treat, and even placed a bowl of fresh water at the store's entrance for the cat. Next to the bowl, he left a small piece of fish, which would disappear by the end of the day, replaced by a leaf left by the cat. John named the cat Sushi, who became one of his favorite visitors. The bond between the two was so special that John grew worried when, on a particularly busy day, he noticed that the piece of fish for Sushi had been left untouched. Concerned, he went out to look for the cat, searching around the store, and even the nearby park. At dusk, John spotted a small figure by the roadside. It was Sushi, injured and breathing with difficulty. The cat seemed to have been hit by a car and could barely move. Desperate, John wrapped the cat in his jacket and rushed to the nearest veterinarian. Unfortunately, the clinic was already closed, but a friend directed him to a 24-hour veterinary service. John drove there with a heavy heart, fearing that Sushi might not survive. The veterinarians attended to the cat immediately and discovered it had several broken ribs, one of which had punctured its lung. Sushi underwent emergency surgery and was kept under observation. The veterinarians told John that if the cat made it through the night, it would have a good chance of recovery. The next day, John returned to the clinic, anxious for news. To his relief, Sushi had survived but was still in critical condition, receiving IV fluids and medication. Over the following days, the cat began to improve, and John visited regularly, bringing pieces of fresh fish to cheer it up. When Sushi finally recovered, the veterinarian suggested taking it to an animal shelter, as it had no home. But John, who had grown deeply attached to the cat, decided to take it home. Sushi quickly adapted to its new life, surrounded by care and comfort. John bought it several toys, but the cat always showed a special fondness for a small tree leaf and a squeaky fish toy. The story of Sushi and John is a touching reminder of how animals can surprise us with their intelligence and affection, and how a small act of kindness can transform lives.